You need help?
You got it, bro.
Good.
Is it the iPad?
Yeah, it's not working.
Faith that this iPad's gonna work.
There we go. Alright.
There we go. Come on.
How many of y'all have done the trust fall challenge? If you haven't, it's when you fall into someone else's arms and they catch you from hitting the ground. Do you remember a time when it was hard to trust someone? Well, I sure do, and that was when I was going on my first cruise and I was terrified that the boat was going to sink. But first, let me tell you a little story about that. So it's the first day of the cruise, and we've just gotten on the boat, and as we're sailing out of the port, it starts to get rockier and rockier, and it starts to feel like I'm a ragdoll in a tumble drag getting tossed around. So it's now like 5 in the morning, and I've just been sleeping, and I wake up screaming. And because of this, my sister wakes up and she's like, "What's wrong with you? Why are you screaming?" And then I tell her that I was afraid that the boat was going to sink, and I didn't have faith in the captain because he was a complete stranger. But then she tells me that I need to have more faith in a complete stranger because he has a degree in that job and he knows what he's doing. But how come we're able to place trust in a complete stranger and not more in Jesus Christ our Savior? Is it because you were afraid of what may not happen, or do you not believe that he can still do miracles of old? You see, in the situation of my disability, I struggled at times of having faith in God could heal me, but that was because I was afraid of what may not happen. If you look up the definition of trust in the dictionary, it says that it is a complete trust or confidence in someone or something. If we all could be honest, I think we've all struggled with having faith in God before. You see, even the disciples struggled with having faith in God. When you read in Matthew chapter 17, verses 16 through 20, it talks about a time when the disciples didn't have faith that they could cast out a demon. But then Jesus is able to heal the boy, and he is well. Then the disciples asked Jesus privately why they couldn't cast out the demon. Then Jesus told them in verse 20, "You don't have enough faith." Jesus told them, "I tell you the truth. If you had even as much faith as a mustard seed, you could say to this mountain, move from here to there, and it would move. Nothing would be impossible." When you read this, you can see that at first our disciples had no faith, not even just a little mustard seed amount of faith, which is crazy when they're around Jesus 24/7. But that mountain moved with Jesus' faith, and the boy was healed. But then there was a time when a woman had the same little mustard seed amount of faith, and she was healed just because of her faith in Jesus Christ. If you read in Mark chapter 5, verses 26 through 29, it talks about a woman that had constant bleeding, and she went to every doctor, but nothing had worked. She had heard about Jesus, and she thought if she could just touch his robe, she would be healed. In verse 29, it says, immediately the bleeding stopped, and she could feel in her body that her terrible condition had left. You see, she believed with faith that she would be healed. We all need to have the same faith that causes miracles and restores us. So what's going through your mind right now? You see, Jesus is just like the captain of a ship, getting you from point to point safely. But he is the captain of your life, always behind you. Do you trust what he says? If you do, then you can follow what he says and much more. Your faith may be weak, but the captain said that faith the size of a mustard seed will move a mountain. The only thing you need to do is simply believe. I believe that he is my healer, my savior, and also the mover of mountains. And I want you to believe this too. Today is your day to have more faith and believe. Who is the captain of your life and holder of your faith? Now, what will you see with the added faith in your life? Will you see a miracle or a move of God?